Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Hope Dealer Podcast with your host, Dr. Brian Hooten here, fresh off another victory of becoming the best new podcast since the Eclipse 2024. We're excited about all the honors that we're getting. Every time we do a podcast, we get some kind of award. I don't know who's giving us the award, but we do get it. And the truth is, we love what we do. Hopefully, when you're coming into the office, you feel that. I want to talk to you today a little bit more about mindset. One of the more tragic decisions people make, and devastating, is this idea of waiting. That I feel fine before they go do anything about their health. And the three biggest diseases, so these are the three scary ones. So I'm not going to try to depress you. I am going to try and put the fear of God in you. But really, if you feel this fear from what I'm going to tell you, I'm not trying to be a fear monger. I want you to respect. I want you to have a proper, healthy fear for your body. So the number one thing that scares me the most is dementia and Alzheimer's. Fellas, what's another disease that takes so many lives in this country? What's a big one? Cancer. And then what's the other one? Diabetes. Well, people technically, diabetes, so dementia and Alzheimer's is being labeled type 3 diabetes. So we'll throw diabetes in there, but specifically heart disease. So you got, we'll just say four. Some type complications with diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and Alzheimer's. Well, really, all four of them happen because of apathy, because of procrastination. Now, of course, you go to the doctor, and the drug companies who tell the doctors what to do. So if I go to see Dr. Eileen, and I'm 40 pounds overweight, and my blood sugar's high, and my blood pressure's high, Dr. Eileen is going to tell me that it's not my fault, that it's somebody else's fault. Who specifically? So you go to the doctor with these things, and the first thing they ask you is, does anybody in your family? So you would say to me, it's my what?
It's your genetics.
Yeah. So you go to the doctor with these things, and they start to blame it's genetics. That's a lie. That is purely a lie. I'm a living example of this. My dad had heart disease and diabetes, and not only have I never ever been diagnosed with those things, and never will I be, he changed his lifestyle, and he got out of it. You have control of these things. Your genes are not programmed to give you these things. Your genes are programmed to adapt to your environment. And there's all kinds of studies with twins on the same exact thing, where one person took care of themselves, the other one didn't, and that person got sick, the healthy one did not. This idea of genes, that's a lie. And then waiting, and then going to your doctor, that is the catastrophic mistake, because you're going to get, at some point in your life, probably one of those diseases, if not something like an autoimmune disease before. And then, of course, it's medications, and medications don't fix anything. Medications do not fix anything. Medications do not fix you. They do not fix a disease. They cover it up while you get worse. Waiting until your body tells you there's a problem, that's the mistake. What you should be doing, and we all have heard this term, prevention, right? And the medical system has even hijacked that word when it comes to cancer. Oh, get your mammogram. Oh, get your prostate exam. Oh, get your colonoscopy. None of that prevents cancer. What are you talking about? All it does is detect cancer after you've got it. Prevention is everything. Taking care of your body. In fact, you know what? I hate that word, prevention, because it's been so abused and so molested, if you will. Take care of your body now. Take care of it now. You don't need me or anybody to tell you that pulling into that fast food restaurant for lunch here in a minute is bad for you. You know it's bad for you. Take care of it now. So mindset is everything. I talked about that on the last podcast. You got to get this information in your soul, into your head, that going to the doctor is the mistake. Waiting till a test shows you something is a mistake. Now, if a test does show you something and you've been taking care of yourself, well, then you can get yourself out of that. I had an issue. Eileen, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. So I played professional soccer before I went out. It wasn't a sparkling career, but 5 to 6 years I was trying to make it in the big leagues. Never quite broke through, but I played a lot. Sometimes 3-4 hours a day of hardcore training. and I developed this heart palpitation. And I was pretty ripped up. I mean, I was like 190, so very little body fat, and I could see my heart beating right here. And when it would show up, I'd have to stop. Well, I'd been living this lifestyle, this chiropractic lifestyle, for a long time. I knew that I had messed up. So my first instinct wasn't to run off to the doctor. But it did get really bad. And then I failed a life insurance test. And they said, if you want life insurance, you're going to have to go to the cardiologist. So I go to this cardiologist. He tells me in my 30s, while I was so fit, that I'd had a heart attack. And that one of my valves was destroyed. And so there was blood leaking back into my heart where it wasn't supposed to go, and I would have to have a valve replacement, AKA I had heart disease. And I remember the whole conversation. He goes, your dad had it, didn't he? It's like, yeah, but I know that I did this. And he goes, no, it's from your dad. I mean, we got this little argument. But I failed this life insurance test. Well, I wanted life insurance, so I got serious, and I found a special type of chiropractor that did that MTA, the world-changing, life-changer adjustment, and it opened up the middle of my spine, which I'd been beaten up playing all that soccer, and over the next few months, that heart palpitation went away. I did another scan a year later. That heart palpitation is gone. My valve is 100%. Then I've got the cardiologist report. I had a bad valve. I would need heart surgery. I've got the new cardiologist report. I have no more need for valve replacement, right? It's 100%. And of course, they called it a miracle. I tried to explain things and they brushed it off because that takes away a lot of their money. If people start really getting healthy, all these people lose money. So I've had a brush with heart disease, with a heart attack, right? But instead of waiting and taking a medication for it, instead of waiting for a surgery or something, I changed my lifestyle and I got real serious about getting better adjustments. At the time, before I was having these major adjustments, I wasn't getting properly adjusted. I didn't know that. I thought I had because, I felt pretty good. But I got a lot more serious about it. I started studying better types of adjusting. And consequently, that's what I do for everybody in here today is get you the best possible adjustment. That's the big takeaway today. Instead of waiting for your health to come and take you, instead of waiting for dementia, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, get in here now. Get your spine flowing, right? You'll feel better. Obviously, just in general, your garden will get more juice. You start taking better care of yourself. We'll help you with the other lifestyle choices that you have. Obviously, there's food, there's exercise concerns, all that. But don't wait. All right, the longer you wait, the closer you are to one of those diseases, the closer you are to losing the quality of life. If you're out there making a ton of money and you say, I don't have time for this, my time is valuable, what good is that if you lose your health in your 50s or your 60s? What if you lose the quality of your life where you can't watch your grandkids, playing soccer and your great-grandkids growing up? That is not worth it. I will do anything not to lose my brain. I'll sell the house, I'll sell the cars, I'll sell the farm, I'll borrow money to take care of my body now so I don't get dementia. I'm not going to do that to my family. Hopefully that struck a nerve, pun intended. Get your butt in here. We're easy to find. We're all over social media, drhooten.com. Christine and my staff, Eileen, we got Emily, we've got future doctors that are training in here. They'll walk you through the whole system. It's very simple to follow. You just got to get here. That's the one thing I can't do for you. Incidentally, that's why I'm not out there doing all these tours speaking. I know I'm this wonderful podcast guy, right? You could sit here and listen to me forever. That's a joke. I could go on a speaking tour. I've got all this information locked up in here. I've spoken in front of 10,000 people before. I'm going to be right here because this is where the rubber meets the road. Your spine is everything to your body. How could I abandon the number one thing, right? I can't replicate myself where I would do that, right? Get in here. Now, we do have people around the country and around the DFW area that adjust like we do, that I take tips from them also. I've got 16 offices around the country that were interns here at some point. If you don't live here, reach out to us. We'll help you find somebody. But if you're in the North Texas area, get over here. Don't wait. I would love to help you. Remember, drugs are bad. God is great. So are you. Talk to you next time.